Yeah. So I think questions will come up here and then we just talk to them. Okay. And then we're not muted, right? I kind of like the chandelier in there. I think that's all we do is wait for questions to come in. Oh. Okay. Right?
I bet everybody is the ability to hear.
Are you here for another person? Sorry. Go ahead, Summer. Are you looking for anything? Yeah. Work?
How are you today? Good? Are you doing good?
Anyway, Anya?
I kind of expect the whole hour to be like this. I guess I shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, my phone now.
Do we? What do you offer at your design center? So we offer at our design center kitchen remodeling. If you want window treatments or upholstery done, we offer that as well. So pretty much any room in your house, our design center lends itself towards helping you select choices. So we have wood flooring, we have carpeting, we have countertop, we have cabinetry. So really a plethora of choices for you to make your home unique to you. We are located at 5426 Northland Drive, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Basically, what we like to say is if you know where the Score restaurant is, we're kitty corner and across the street from there. Oh, we absolutely offer other remodeling services. In fact, we recently just took out a dividing wall in between a dining area and a living room. So along with our kitchen remodel, we can run the whole gamut. We've done refinished basements, we've done kitchens, obviously, and then any room in the house from bathroom to bedroom to dining area. The most popular countertop, man, I really see a trend towards butcher block. Actually, in our showroom, we just got a walnut, and it's gorgeous. Butcher block countertop, and we've gotten all sorts of customers oohing and eyeing over that. And then definitely notice the trend in the in the design magazines as well. So we offer that. And yes, granite and quartz are still definitely very, very much on trend. Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
No, we're good. Our butcher block tops hard to maintain. Do you have to seal them? So they come pre-treated. But there is definitely some maintenance. I will say there's also maintenance to quartz and granite as well. So basically, it's the same type of maintenance, and it depends on the look you're going for. If you want a butcher block that looks used and you're going to cut on it and add some character that way, that's fine, and that's good. You're good to go. Otherwise, you're going to want to treat it and maintain it and make sure that it keeps the sheen to it that looks just so gorgeous. They are still in, and very much in. We're still selling several white kitchens, but I think more and more clients are getting a little bit more adventurous. So, for example, we just sold a green color cabinet, so we're excited about that one. And then as you look at the magazines, one of the things we notice is, Michigan is kind of in the middle of the country. So when you look at what both coasts, the East and the West Coast, are doing, you're starting to see some of those wood species come back as well. And it looks like we had Monica join us. Hello, Monica. Feel free to ask some questions if you have them. So that's a question of the decade, and it's an interesting conversation. I always kind of tease my clients that it's about couples therapy when we have this conversation. So do you put the TV above the fireplace? Most guys will tell you yes, and most guys will tell you it should be 80-inch or bigger. And most wives are saying, let's not do that. So there's actually some tips and tricks that you can do. I know Beacons actually has on display a TV that you can have look like artwork. So it comes with a frame and the image that is provided. You can do a Renoir, you can do a family portrait. And that's one way that kind of appeases everybody that is voting in on should we put the TV above the fireplace. Other things you can do, obviously the trend of barn doors. You could certainly cover that up with barn doors. Or if your wife is willing, definitely let that TV show. And we got a question, do most people want a TV above the fireplace? Again, it's kind of preference. And yes, the spouse disagreement is very common. There is not a right or wrong answer in terms of if it's a yes or if it's a no. And as far as height, obviously, if your mantle is way, way up there, then you probably want to find a different location. But if your mantle is the standard measurement, then that is perfectly fine to put a TV above there. Yes, happy wife, happy life. That's a very, very realistic and smart answer. I'm going to let Danny hone in on this. Danny's actually one of our kitchen and bath masters here, so she's going to chime in on that. Go ahead, Danny. How long does a kitchen remodel take?
I'm going to say your average kitchen remodel takes about 6 to 8 weeks total from start to finish with a complete gut with your new quartz countertop and a backsplash with everything would be about 6 to 8 weeks.
And how long, just to kind of elaborate, so the cabinets typically take about 4 weeks to come in?
Right now, they're about, I'm going to say 4 to 6 weeks, just depending on your fabricator. Everything is a little bit backed up right now with COVID, so it's just take a little bit longer.
Yep, definitely. And I will say too, we've had customers, try to push that and say, hey, let's just get started and we'll do the demo while the cabinets are on their way. And it's actually a really good idea just to wait until all the cabinetry is sitting there at the location and then go for everything all at once. So we got a question. How does a person evaluate design remodel firms? What criteria is important? That's a really, really good question. And actually, I just did an article actually in the Grand Rapids Review magazine on this very subject. And really, it's about doing your due diligence and interviewing your designer, interviewing your builder, making sure you know who's coming into your home. And one of the questions that I like to tell my clients to make sure that they're asking each person that they interview is, how do you work through your problems? And so you really should be vetting through that answer. And because there will be problems, and I know Danny and I are both open with our customers to let them know ahead of time. There are going to be issues and there's going to be points of concern, and it's really about how the builder and the designers work through that. And obviously transparency comes into play. Communication is key. You want to make sure you're communicating every step of the way. And then I'll also throw in, it definitely adds to have a sense of humor too. We like to have fun at what we do, so make sure that we add that element of laughter when we're working through a project. Monica has asked us, do we offer consultations for kitchens? We sure do. We offer consultations. With your consult, you'll get a rendering. And I will tell you that our kitchen designers, Danny, as you just met, along with Craig and Leah, are outstanding at thinking about form and function. So not only will they come up with beautiful, but they'll also come up with, where is the appropriate place for the trash? Where is the appropriate place for the dishwasher? So really thinking ahead of that floor plan, if you will, of your kitchen, and be thoughtful to how you work in your kitchen.
What's a fun like that goes from that? I am so ready to have these flowers. That cabinet is $300. Great. I refurbish them. Oh, okay. I buy like high furniture. Okay. And then Yeah.
So certainly I see that somebody else joined. If you have a question, certainly feel free to ask. This is a great time to find out inside info, if you will.
How much of your other days? Your other days?
I'm sorry.
The little gold display cabinets.
I'm still not familiar with what you're talking. I'm sorry.
The display shelf.
Oh. Oh, that's funny. They actually are not for sale.
Okay.
So, sorry about that.
Are these not these are for sale?
Yeah, those I would.
Those are?
Yeah.
How much are those?
About 209, I think. I'd have to look them up, but sorry, we got a customer in here. So what is better, laminate floors or vinyl plank? So I'm going to tell you vinyl plank all the way. We actually have Fusion and Viking floor in our shop. We stand by at 3,028%. It's got the Core-Tech technology. You're really going to want to look for that Mill 20, which is very, very hard to find. And both of the floorings that we offer the 20 mil, which is awesome. And basically what that means is if it were to happen to get scratched at the same place 20 times in a row, you would not see the wear and tear on that. Next question we got, how involved do I have to be in a kitchen remodel if I hire Delight in Designs? So we actually offer two packages. You can kind of be as involved as you want, and we'll kind of come up with the plans, and then you take it from there, hiring your contractors, hiring your builders, etc. And then we also offer another package where you say, you know what, I don't want to take part in any of this. I want to be a little bit spoiled. And so us designers will project manage it from beginning to end, making sure that we vet through the contractors and making sure that your vision comes to life.
I'm so sorry. I'm tired. This is why I look the way I do. We're redoing our house. And I'm tired. I had a great idea. I'll be here, okay? It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Sorry.
What else is for sale?
What is the hottest color in paint? Everything's still gray. No. No, everything is not still gray. I would say I see a lot of teals and greens coming back. Like I said earlier, we sold green kitchen cabinets. What do you think, Danny? I see a lot of that color.
I see a lot of green, a lot of neutral tones. So your wood tones are actually coming back. Your mid-century modern is kind of finally growing in Michigan as well, which is really exciting because it's a lot of wood tones throughout, the earthy tones that you get and cabinets and colors. So your greens, it's a lot warmer, not as dark. So it's a lot prettier, I think.
And then barn doors or pocket doors. So I really think it's probably, again, I'm going to, it's your home, so you got to go with what you like. Barn doors are adorable, but I challenge myself with how trendy are they? So is the trend going to last? So obviously pocket doors are a little bit more safe. So it just, if you're a little bit adventuresome, I'd go for the barn door. If you're a little more traditional and want to keep it safe, pocket doors are the way to go.
Well, I sold the sofa table in the front. And I forgot to get the money. Everything? I don't know.
And then she asked about something that wasn't.
I know. I was like, of course. Of course. Well, not those. And I could tell her, but you just keep running over here to ask her.
What are your thoughts on shiplap? Danny, certainly weigh in. What are your thoughts on shiplap?
I do like the look. It is a trend, I'm going to say now, especially with modern farmhouse being very popular. It's going to be up to the customer again. If they want something that's trendy and they love the modern farmhouse, then I would definitely go for it. If you're doing a coastal home, then yes, shiplap I believe is meant for a coastal feeling of a coastal home. But the modern farmhouse, it just really depends on the customer. It's going to be around for a while. It has been around for a while already, so it's not something that I wouldn't be afraid of. It's just more if you like that style of feeling in your home.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, I would say there's a couple different variants of shiplap as well. So you can get kind of that distressed, really farmhouse shiplap, or you can get the clean lined, just very classically painted. And if somebody were to walk in today and say, hey, I want to do shiplap, I definitely would push them towards the clean lines and fancy quality painted rather than the rustic look, because I do think that rustic look is a little bit on the trend out. So and then another question, why are lockers in mudrooms always white? It seems impractical. So yes, it does, and there is a lot of mudrooms that have that white color palette. It's really about organization. If you have a boot box that's painted white, obviously you want to make sure you have like baskets that you can store things in, and that will help to cover up some of that mud that might get on the boot box or shoe box. What are your thoughts? Why are they always white?
I think that's just white is
So in
right now. White is so in, and everybody's trying to match what they do throughout the rest of their home. I think it is fun to do a different color to kind of make it a unique little space for walking into your home, and color does help kind of hide, especially the earthy tones that are becoming really popular right now. It would be really easy to hide the mud, the dirt that you are bringing into your locker areas, especially if you have kids. It's guaranteed to get marked up and banged up and beat up. So hopefully you can see the trend kind of going away from the white area of lockers.
I couldn't agree more. And I also, you don't want to go the extreme other way either, because if you paint it black, believe it or not, you'll see a lot of spots with that too. So if you are going to repaint that locker room, like Danny said, you're going to want more of a neutral, something that's going to hide it a little bit better. Yeah. I don't think so. Okay, we got another question. Are open shelves in kitchens practical? My vote would be yes. What are your thoughts, Danny?
Yes, they are. You have to love your dishes, is what I'm going to kind of add to that. You have to love openness as well. So if you don't like your dishes and you don't like things showing and you don't like dust, then I would definitely never go with open shelves. But I think there's a lot you can do with open shelves besides your dishes. You can put it in a coffee area, put your coffee mugs. You can put it in a bar area and display different things there, or even just at the end of the run and put different things that you want to display in your kitchen, your cookbooks, all of that. So there's a lot of different things you can do with open shelves just besides your dishes and by your stove and having nothing. But I think they're very practical.
Yeah, I would agree. And kind of maybe a caution. And one of the things that I feel like customers have a negative feedback to is the glass open shelves, because they're thinking that they're going to display their beautiful china. And more often than not, I'm getting feedback that how do I stage it? How do I make it look good? And they are finding that they wasted cabinet space that could have been used for storage. So while open shelving allows for, like Danny said, your coffee mugs or, kind of stage it with accessories, be careful of the glass covered cabinet because you really are taking away from your storage. So I will say I'm having a good hair day. What is more important in a kitchen, the cabinets or the appliances? What comes first? Danny, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to say, well, again, it's going to depend on the customer. If they want a specific set, if they want a Sub-Zero and they want certain specific appliances, then those are going to come first and you're going to work your cabinets around it. Or vice versa, you do have your standard set of appliances. You have your standard refrigerator, your range, your vent, hood vent, and microwave. So again, they kind of go hand in hand. If you love something, then definitely start with what you love and what you know is your top priority when you're doing a kitchen remodel, versus kind of adding it in at the end or in the middle, especially if you love it. So it would all just depend on what your priorities are in your kitchen, what would be more important. But normally your cabinets do go first before your appliances. You start picking your cabinets first.
And I would say probably more important than both of those, and Danny will talk more about this tomorrow, but it's really the flow of your kitchen. So how do you work in your kitchen? If you're, top chef and you knock it out, then the flow of that kitchen is going to look very different than somebody like myself who orders takeout way too much. But, it's really taken into account, how do you use your kitchen? How do you function in your kitchen? Way above appliances and cabinets, I think, is probably most important.
Yes.
We should have Jeopardy music.
You really should.
What are some new types of appliances that are available? Well, I mentioned the TV. That's actually, I know sometimes TVs aren't considered an appliance, but that's a really slick way to display a TV. And again, for those of you that might have joined in a little late, basically what I'm referring to is a TV that truly looks like artwork. I've had a couple clients purchase that and they're loving it. You can program it to show a Renoir art piece or a family photo. So I know that is one of the new ones that are available. Danny, I don't spend time in the kitchen with like blenders and stuff. So
I'm gonna say for appliances, I mean your Sub-Zero is always updating. Your Wolf is always updating in ranges with your convection of all that. I'm not gonna know the specific details. I really do rely on my appliance person that I use to kind of give me the best information. They are coming out with kind of instant water fillers. So I do know one that you can have in your mudroom. I know it's an appliance. You can walk up and it'll fill your water bottle, so it's touchless. You can easily refill to reportion your water, which is a really, I think, an amazing appliance, especially for today's age of being earth friendly and recycling, is refilling your water bottles. I know there's a lot of different ice and kind of your Insta-Hots coming from your refrigerator as well. So there's a lot of fun stuff you can kind of see in your I'm going to say your smart technology within your appliances is growing and growing, being compatible with Alexa and Google, and being able to start your oven from your car when you're coming down the road, or check and see what's in your refrigerator with a camera and know when you're grocery shopping what you need to get. So those are getting to be more and more popular and more trendy, and that you're going to see a lot of growth, I think, within the smart appliances within the next year as well.
I know I got the luxury of visiting the GE kind of lab, and one of the things they were working on was, for example, if you have a bottle of ketchup and you put that bottle of ketchup in the refrigerator in the same spot every time, it will actually weigh, and it will send you a list of, hey, your ketchup's getting low. You need to stop at home and buy some ketchup if you plan on having ketchup for dinner that night. So some of this technology is over the top, and frankly, could stalk you maybe, but they're definitely
for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know there's quite a few brand lines that are coming out with being able to look in your refrigerator because you're putting the stuff in the same spot and tell you what you can make for dinner. So it already gives you recipes. So it's all going to be more what you're going to see in your appliances and growth is that smart. Popular, I would say your dispenses. There's LG has the artesian ice cubes, which have come out clear and perfect. That's pretty trendy right now. You're also seeing more and more the coffee appliances, which are really popular. You can set it and make it look like a part of your kitchen within a cabinet, and it will do tea. It does all the different brewing for coffee that you like, and it has a water line to it, so you're not continuously filling up your coffee. So all those things are kind of getting more popular. I would say your microwaves are fine. Like, they're not over the range anymore. They're somewhere in the island or in a cabinet or hidden. So your hoods are becoming more popular as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm seeing definitely more of that. And Danny already mentioned ice, but I challenge you guys, when you get a filtered ice cube and you pour a glass of root beer with a filtered ice cube versus non-filtered, it is amazing the taste difference. It's just amazing. So we got another question. What percentage of kitchens have garbage disposals? Gosh.
I'm going to say about 95%.
I was going to say 99.999. Yeah.
No, I'm going to say 90. I'll say 95%. Sometimes people just really do not like disposals, or they are on a septic system, or they think that they can't have one, so they've never gotten it. But there are so many technologies now that you can tell them that that you can always have a disposal with a septic. You can have all these things with the right disposal. So I'm going to say about 95%, and I think it's going to be decreased down a lot more with how technology is going.
What radius do you work in and how far away? So I think our farthest job right now that we're currently working on is in Clare, Michigan. So that's, oh yeah, we've got one in Monroe. So Monroe is what, 2.5 hours?
Yeah, about 2.5.
And I think Clare is about an hour 45. So Monroe, Michigan. Basically, you know, we obviously probably focus more on Western Michigan, from the lakeshore to the Lansing area. But we definitely will entertain taking those outliers like Monroe and Clare as well. Yeah, that's true, Danny. Just kind of, we also offer what we call e-design services. So, and basically what that is, you know, even if you lived in a different state other than Michigan, we can provide renderings. We can provide the same type of service. We just do it remotely. So, obviously, with technology, we make that work on to our advantage, I guess. So it looks like somebody new might have joined. Certainly reach out and ask questions if you have them. So we got the question, how are costs and are they going up? COVID has definitely affected our industry. So the answer to that is yes, they are going up. The good news is interest rates are still low, so if so that's the positive. But yeah, I mean it's impacting us not only in costs, but as Danny alluded to earlier, shipping delays, and you know, you find a way to work with it and around it, and I think we're doing that, but it definitely is making costs go up.
It's your lumber right now, especially for new builds, is they're saying about 25% higher, 25 to 30% higher than what it normally is, which is causing a lot of issues, especially for new builds on budgets and having to make sure everything fits within their budget line, so you're not having your home increase 25 to 30%, which is a lot. So there's ways around it. You just got to kind of find them and work with a designer or a project manager to kind of figure that out.
We got another question. Do you come to our home and do you measure the kitchen? We absolutely come to your home. That's our favorite part of the job. So, you know, oftentimes we might get invited into the home just for the kitchen, but we really like to take a tour of the entire home to get a feel for the colors that you use and the style and how you live. So we absolutely come to your home. And then do we measure the kitchen? We do. And Danny, along with 2 other designers, will actually do renderings from our measures. And As I alluded to earlier, really take into account the best way to have your kitchen function. And man, some of the designs they've come up with have been spectacular and have really, really delighted our customers. So, Danny, do you have anything else to add to that?
No, we love to come out and measure. I personally, and I know all of our designers here like to be in the home. We get to feel who you are. We get to see how you are and work in your home. And that's what we're trying to do, is make your home better and love your home. So
yeah, it kind of our mantra here is we always say anybody can design pretty. There's lots of designers that can, design gorgeous. We really want to do it with you in mind, how you live, what your hobbies are, where you've traveled, and really incorporate fun, inspirational ideas into your decor that shows that. Next question. Do most people finance their remodel or pay cash? Man, I've seen a mixture of both.
Yeah.
So
right now, just with interest rates, a lot of people I think are pulling finance because your interest rates are really low. And I think it depends on the size of your remodel. If it's a smaller remodel, you're going to see more cash. When you have the full blown, doing quarter of your house to half of your house, you're going to see more of that finance and draw system because it's a lot bigger portion of your home than just, let's say, a small bathroom or just your living room. So, I mean, it kind of is going to range on what you're doing with your remodel, I believe.
I agree. Next question. When doing a remodel, should I consider staying with a friend or a hotel for a while? So obviously, if we're doing a demo and we demo your kitchen and you don't have a kitchen sink and your refrigerator is clear across the other side of the house, that's intrusive, and we know that. And we try to make that time very, very short for you. We're not going to ask you to get a hotel though, but we probably will ask you to make sure that you have a pizza place that delivers and those kinds of things, because it just makes it easier. I don't know, Danny, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to say it really depends on, again, on the size of the remodel. If we're blowing out and putting an addition on, let's say in the spring, or having to take off part of your roof, I'm going to say you might want to go to your friend's house or to a hotel for a couple of days because it's going to be cold. But again, it just depends on the size of your remodel. And you have to be willing to live with a mess. Is kind of, there's always going to be dust in a remodel. You can contain it as much as you can, but there's always going to be dust. There's going to be a mess. There's going to be people in and out. And so you just got to be ready to live with it and kind of adjust for that time period. It is depending on your remodel. Again, your average kitchen is about 6 to 8 weeks. There's going to be stuff. So you just got to have your Instapots ready. You got to set up a mini kitchen somewhere is what I always recommend for somebody when we're doing a kitchen, or set up an area that you can hang out in and get that space ready for you to be fully in all the time. So you can have that space still without being touched. It'll help make your situation a little bit better than trying to straggle through boxes and the mess. So.
Good question, though.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So it looks like we have a couple of new people that joined. So this is Danny and I'm Jessica. We're with Delight in Designs. We offer kitchen remodel. We offer interior design services. We're located at 5426 Northland Drive in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I always like to tell people it's kind of kitty corner across from the score. So certainly throw out your questions if you have them. We just got one. Do you charge for your services? We do. We absolutely do. And it depends on kind of the scope of the work that we do. So each customer is going to be a little bit different. Oh, so, and Danny's saying, how do you charge for your services? So, again, it's kind of a case-by-case basis. We do have packages, and those can be found on our website, delightanddesigns.com, that will kind of gear you in a right direction. But we certainly take case-by-case basis, too, because we understand sometimes you might be doing a kitchen remodel, but there might be a few things in the dining room that you want to get knocked out as well. So we definitely look at those as an individual case basis.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Actually, let it sun. What's that? I'm not totally opposed to that. All right, it looks like we had a few people join us. So I'm Jessica, and this is Danny. There's Danny. Sorry. We're with Delight in Designs, interior design services company, and certainly throw out questions if you have them.
You're welcome. Somebody said thank you. So.
I don't know. It's down to one, I'm going to say